In today's world, the idea of achieving financial freedom often seems like a distant dream. We've been told time and again that if we work hard, save diligently, and invest smartly, we'll eventually retire rich. But what if that story isn't just misleading? What if it's a well-designed trap, engineered to keep us locked in a cycle of endless work and deferred dreams? Let's explore the truth behind this wealth-building plan that's been sold to us, and understand why the game is stacked against you from the very start. The illusion of the standard path. Two routes, same trap, the system we live in. Today is designed to keep you in a constant cycle of work, spend, save, repeat. Most people fall into it without even realizing it, and by the time they wake up, they're already in too deep to break free. It's a two-part scheme, each leading to the same dead end: relentless work with delayed gratification. On one hand, we have the consumers, who believe that happiness and success lie in buying more. New gadgets, better cars, expensive vacations. On the other hand, there are the savers, who forsake immediate pleasures under the belief that saving and investing will pay off big when they retire. While these two approaches may seem different, they both lead to the same outcome: a life of constant effort and uncertainty. Take a look at the story of a corporate professional who follows the traditional plan. Save diligently, invest in retirement funds, and wait for the payoff. But here's the catch. This so-called plan assumes many things will remain constant. Things like steady employment, health, and market stability. But in reality, very few people end up retiring rich, and many end up with inadequate savings later in life. The compound interest myth. The false promise of time. One of the biggest myths perpetuated by the financial industry is the magic of compound interest. The idea is simple. By saving small amounts regularly and investing them at an average return, your wealth will grow exponentially over time. But let's take a closer look. If you save $500 a month and invest it at an average return of 7%, you'll have a decent nest egg when you retire. However, the key question is, how much do you start with? Compound interest can only work its magic if you have a large sum to begin with. For most people, that's not the case. So while compound interest sounds appealing in theory, it's much less effective in reality. To make matters worse, inflation is constantly eroding your purchasing power. Even if you follow the save for decades plan, your money won't be worth as much when you retire due to inflation. So, while compound interest may work in theory, the money you save will never be enough to live a truly wealthy life. Think about it. If compound interest were so powerful, why aren't there more wealthy retirees? A recent study found that more than a third of baby boomers have less than $25,000 saved for retirement. This is a far cry from the millions that financial experts promise will come from investing. The role of the media and financial experts. Financial gurus and media outlets have a vested interest in keeping you in this system. They promote the idea that if you follow their advice, save, invest, and work hard, you'll eventually reach financial freedom. But here's the truth. Most of these so-called experts didn't get rich by following their own advice. They got rich by selling that advice. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time a financial expert told you that they struggled for decades to build their wealth? When was the last time they admitted that they didn't get rich by following the same methods they preached to you? The reality is many of these gurus didn't become wealthy because of their financial strategies. They became wealthy by selling their advice. Breaking free. A new approach to wealth creation. It's time to change the way we think about money. True financial freedom doesn't come from working harder, saving more, and waiting 40 years for your big payoff. It comes from understanding how wealth is truly built. And that doesn't involve the same old plan of saving and waiting for compound interest to kick in. Instead of trying to save and invest small amounts over a long period, focus on building wealth now by creating value. Entrepreneurship, real estate, and scalable investments are the keys to financial independence. You need to stop trading your time for money and start building assets that generate income, regardless of your daily grind. Successful entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Oprah Winfrey didn't follow the typical work, save, retire path. They built businesses, took risks, and leveraged their knowledge to create immense wealth. And they didn't wait 40 years to enjoy it. They lived their financial freedom while building their empires. Even on a smaller scale, there are countless entrepreneurs who have broken free by investing in businesses, creating digital products, or building passive income streams. Whether it's through e-commerce, consulting, or creating content, these entrepreneurs are not waiting to retire. They're enjoying their wealth now. Final thoughts. The truth about financial freedom. The truth is simple. The current system is designed to keep you working, saving, and waiting. It's a cycle that benefits the wealthy and leaves the rest of us struggling. But the key to real financial freedom is understanding that the system is not set up to help you. To break free, you need to rethink your approach to money and wealth building. Stop following outdated ideas of savings and compound interest. Start thinking about building wealth now through entrepreneurship, investments, and creating value. This path won't be easy, but it's the only one that leads to true financial independence. Remember, don't follow the crowd. Create your own path.